few days back, President Donald Trump ended a three-country trip to the Arabian Gulf, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, where he signed lucrative arms and business deals and got commitments from his hosts to make huge investments in the American economy. This trip gains publicity on economic and military side, but this tour had major applications on region security. Unlike his trip to the region during his first term, in May 2017, this one did not include a stop in Israel and a meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, but came amid radical changes in American foreign policy under Trump's watch. In the Middle East, the president has authorized direct negotiations with Iran about its nuclear program. His representatives have negotiated the release of an American-Israeli detainee in direct talks with Hamas, and he has called for an end to Israel's war on Gaza, in obvious opposition to Netanyahu's desire to continue the conflict there. During his trip to the three Gulf Cooperation Council countries, the president made dramatic announcements regarding hot-button issues at the heart of American policy in the Middle East. Offering to continue the diplomatic path with Iran, Trump said he was willing to countenance more economic pressure on the Islamic Republic, but discounted the talk of a military solution to its nuclear dilemma. The U.S. president announced plans to lift sanctions on Syria and even met with the Syrian president, Ahmad al-Sharaa, formerly the leader of an al-Qaeda affiliate in Syria. Trump also seemed to quiet speculation about a normalization deal between Saudi Arabia and Israel, an American wish since at least his first term, instead stating that the kingdom would do so on its own time. U.S. President Donald Trump has wrapped up his three-nation Middle Eastern tour, inking investment agreements worth over $2 trillion in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE. The historic deal-making spree spanned areas as diverse as defense, aviation, and artificial intelligence. This was Trump's first major international visit in his second term, and many momentous deals with eye-popping numbers were announced during the trip. The numbers are truly historic. In Qatar, Trump announced Boeing's largest ever wide-body order for up to 210 jets, valued at $96 billion. In Saudi Arabia, Trump announced investment agreements worth over $600 billion, including a $142 billion arms deal, the largest in U.S. history, involving missiles, radar systems, and transport aircraft. In the UAE, Trump signed an agreement with the Gulf country to build the largest artificial intelligence campus outside the U.S. All three petro-states seem to outdo each other in impressing Trump through their larger-than-life opulence. Together, the tour symbolized how insane an amount of money the Gulf countries are willing to spend to keep the U.S. on their side. While all the deals were significant, some of them stood out for their size and scale. The United States and Saudi Arabia signed the largest defense sales agreement in history, nearly $142 billion, providing Saudi Arabia with state-of-the-art war-fighting equipment and services from over a dozen U.S. defense firms, the White House said in a fact sheet. The deal with the UAE also includes building the largest artificial intelligence campus outside the U.S. However, one crucial detail missing in these agreements. While the defense deals are truly historic and full details are still awaited, many defense analysts believe that the package still didn't include a potential sale of F-35 Lightning II stealth aircraft. According to the White House fact sheet, the deal includes Air Force advancement and space capabilities. However, no specifics were forthcoming. Notably, the Saudis have sought the F-35 for years. Last year, it was reported that the Saudis and the US were very close to a defense deal that reportedly included the F-35. Saudi Arabia first officially expressed interest in acquiring F-35 stealth aircraft in 2017, days after the United Arab Emirates, UAE, made a similar request. In December last year, it was reported that after years of the US blowing hot and cold on the potential F-35 deal, Saudi Arabia began exploring other stealth options. The Turkish Khan, an under-development fifth-generation stealth aircraft, was said to be the front-runner in the contest. The UAE has also expressed interest in joining the Turkish Khan program. However, no formal announcement has been made so far. The biggest roadblock against the acquisition of the F-35 by Saudi Arabia and the UAE is the US's obligation towards Israel. The US and Israel have a long-standing agreement that states US military equipment supplied to Israel must be superior in capability, as compared to that sold to Israel's neighbors. This essentially means that the US weapons sales in the Middle Eastern region cannot jeopardize Israel's qualitative military edge. Currently, Israel is the only operator of the F-35s in the entire Middle East. Reuters reported that the US and Saudi Arabia discussed a potential Saudi purchase of the F-35 Lightning II, and Israel's qualitative military edge came up. It was not clear if Washington would permit the kingdom to move forward with a purchase that would give Saudi Arabia an advanced weapon used by close US ally Israel, Reuters quoted an anonymous source as saying. Further, in Qatar, Trump announced that the US might develop an F-35 upgrade, christened F-55, with twin engines. Lockheed has also announced plans to develop 5.5 Gen F-35 fighters. Whether that will be offered to someone remains to be seen. Another option could be supplying the Saudis and Emirates with F-35s and eventually arming Israel with next-generation F-47, as Trump has already hinted at exporting the toned-down fighters to key allies. Our allies are calling constantly, they want to buy them all, he said at a press briefing, before claiming that America's allies would get toned-down versions. We like to tone them down about 10%, which probably makes sense because someday maybe they're not our allies, right? The president said. So, it's quite possible that the UAE and Saudi Arabia will get F-35s and Israel will get F-47 by 2030. In last few years China and Russia was very active in Gulf region, but the recent visit of Trump changed the scene drastically. Gulf countries never offer such investment opportunity to China, Russia and France. The French influence also declined rapidly. Although many announcements require details which are not available yet.